Welcome to Marriage Is Podcast. I'm your host, Mackenzie Williams. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this very special episode. Man, this dude right here is my big brother, my real big brother. Came from the same mama, grew up together. We talk every day on the phone, more than one time a day. Man, if you watched the couple episodes that I did, probably about 4 or 5 episodes ago, I told you that my big brother was my role model. He was the dude that I looked up to. This the dude right here. Everybody, welcome to the show with me, my big brother, Lance Rochelle. What's happening, bro?
Man, what's up, man? Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you summoned me to come to be on your podcast, man. It's an honor for me to be on here with you, man. Man, we came a long way. We came a long way.
We have, man.
From where we started
you.
from, man.
Yeah.
So, and just to see your growth, man, I'm proud of you. Man, keep working. We all got to keep working. We all work in progress, man. But I'm glad. It's an honor to be here with you, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I know. So we talk every day, and I know how you grew up. But I want you to give the listeners, the viewers, everybody kind of an insight to how we grew up and what shaped your thinking, what shaped our thinking, and your view on marriage growing up. Talk to us a little bit about that.
All right, man. Well, we grew up in Apalachicola, Florida.
Yeah.
Man, that's how I said it.
Population 2,500.
Yeah. No matter where we go, we're gonna always represent it, man.
Yeah.
So, but we grew up there, man. But speaking on my view of marriage, growing up, man, my view of marriage that I was never going to get married.
Okay.
Because I was always a player going hard.
Man. Yeah.
So
sure.
that's what I looked at my uncles be, and so I seen them do it. They looked like they was having fun doing it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And why I taught you to do it, because that's what I know.
Yeah.
You can only teach somebody what you know.
Right.
So I taught you that, and that's how we grew up, man. Never thinking about really getting settled down and getting married, just being a player, man. And so marriage wasn't really on the table for me growing up.
Right.
And I know you seeing how I was living, probably you weren't thinking that way either.
Not at all. Not at all. So let's break that down then. We gonna move on, but let's break that down. And as we older now, you almost 40 in your 40s. You 40, right?
Yeah, I'm 40.
You 40, right? And so I'm in my high 30s.
Yeah.
And
say the age, bro.
I'm 36.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm 36, but man, but break it down. Looking at it now, being married, both of us married, breaking it down. Looking back at our childhood, like how detrimental was that for us, if it was for you?
Yeah. Well, man, actually, man, I wish I would have kind of came up a little different. Well, no, I don't, man. I'm glad I came up the way I came up, because now I know the way not to teach my son how to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's the only way I don't want him to be like we were.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I'm knocking nobody that's like that still do what we do, man. But I want my son to be a better man growing up that I was. You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
But man, like I say, man, that's the reason that that the manhood and the fatherhood and the husband figure. We had a stepdad in the house, but you know what I'm saying, we didn't really have nobody to teach us the way to go, how to be a real husband, or you know what I'm saying, a real father. He was there for it. He did everything.
Yeah,
he did everything that he knew how to do. You know what I'm saying. We didn't want for nothing.
Right.
Everything we asked for, he gave it to us.
Shout out to Buzz, man.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Buzz.
Timothy Buzzer, man.
Shout out to Buzz. Real talk.
Hey,
He
man,
did.
You stepped up, man. He stepped up for us.
He did. Now he took care of us. He made sure we ate. He made sure we had what we needed.
Yeah, man.
And it take a real man to take care of somebody else's kids too.
Yeah.
Even though he ain't our biological father, he our little brother daddy, but he took care of us like we was his own.
Yes, he did, man. He did.
We can say, hey, we didn't have that example as a husband. Growing up, because he wasn't as present or vocal, in showing us the way and teaching us, sitting us down and doing that. But he did step up, and he did have some qualities in him that we can take with us and make sure that we apply it for us. So shout out to Bud, man. Real talk. It take a real man to raise somebody else's kids for sure.
He sure did, man. And he treated us like we were his, man.
Yeah.
So he definitely did. He ain't show no favoritism.
Nah,
he didn't do that.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. And so I know we talked about, growing up and being taught but the wrong way, right? We was taught, tell a girl whatever you got to tell her to get what you want.
Yes, sir.
Right? And being taught that, you adopt that mindset. And if you don't have somebody to talk to get you out of that mindset, you take that into your marriage. And that mindset, trickles down to your marriage, and now you can have problems. How did you find that mindset, I would say, impeding your growth in your first marriage? Because you on your second marriage now, and we're going to get into that. But like going into marriage first, how did that play out in your mind, or how did that play out in your marriage to kind of derail you from being the best husband that you could be?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, it kind of gave me the mindset, man, that I'm with you, but I'm still me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm still by myself.
So it ain't us.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that, man, and I'm still struggling and working on that today, man.
Yeah.
So because even though it's my second marriage, man, I'm still learning and trying to learn to get away from that today, man.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I'm with you. We had everything separate, man.
Right.
First man, and this one too. That's what I'm trying to bring us together now, where we and still own bank accounts.
Yeah.
We had our separate bank accounts, everything, man.
Yeah.
And so, and still to this day, I got that but I'm working on it. I told my wife, man, just that I'm working to bring us more together.
Right.
And I know that's what she wants, because she didn't told me before.
Right, exactly.
But man, that's from being raised up as a player and thinking, man, I don't want no woman to have access to my account, because if any time it go wrong, she can take everything out and work for, or everything I got.
Right.
So that's basically how that kind of stepped in and being a pivotal part of your marriage, man. But like I say, man, I definitely,
all you can do is work on it.
Yeah, I definitely ain't where I need to be with that, man.
For sure. Well, that's big though, that you like. That's big hearing that from you, because we talk every day, and we have serious talks and all that. But like to hear you say, hey, I'm working on that. I'm trying to get me and my wife together, and a part of that is sharing a bank account, and that's what I believe, sharing a bank account, because that's a trust that you have to have in your spouse, in your wife, in your husband. That the Bible says, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is, right? And so wherever you put your money, that's where your heart gonna be. So if you don't share your bank account with your wife, are you really in? Like you said, you might be 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because it's like, hey, if anything happen, you might take me for everything I got. But I think that's a part of having trust in your wife, though, for real, and her having trust in you, is that we share this, we are one. Right, because the words say two shall become one, and they don't mean that as soon as you get married you automatically just boom there. But no, you grow into one, right? Yeah, y'all become one, but you got to keep growing into one, and you really don't do that until you die, for real. So like I love that you saying that, man. Just seeing where you came from, seeing where we came from,
Man, and that to me, man, that's kind of the hardest part of marriage, man.
Okay.
Because like I told you, the first time I was married for 10 years, man.
Right.
I've been married for 3 years this time.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on it, man. That's 13 years of marriage, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just now getting close to, what I'm saying, and to really actually working at it, man.
And considering it.
Because she done asked me before,
Yeah.
man, let's get the bank account together. Let's get a. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Nah, man, nah, not yet, man. We'll do it later, or I ain't on that right now. So that usually be my answer, man. But I'm working towards that, man. Now, even like I say, man, that's 13 years, man. And that's probably the hardest part for me. Is because as how we grew up, man, is you don't trust too many people like that.
You don't.
Especially especially if you a player and you came up not lying to women just like that and stuff, man. You don't know what I'm saying. You don't trust people like that.
A lot of people.
So that's still a hard thing for me, man. So.
I think that's one of the things that that me and you talk about all the time is dealing with the childhood trauma that we had, and we didn't even know it was trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll never say that we had a terrible childhood growing up, because we didn't. We didn't have a bad childhood. We had a great childhood.
Yes,
we had each other. We had our cousins. We had everybody right there, and we're a big family. So we did not grow up terrible. We didn't.
No. I wouldn't change where we grew up or nothing like that, or how we had our dynamics. But you know what I'm saying? Because it made it who we are today.
Exactly. And you know what's funny though? So J-Mac, our cousin, Jordan, he texted me probably 3 or 4 days ago, and he was like, "Remember that time y'all used to push Lance into the bushes in the stick of pearls when we playing football on the side of Grandma's house?" And we were just laughing about that, man. But like I said, our childhood was good, man. Like we had our family, and that's all we needed.
We had fun. Well.
We had fun, right? Fun. And so, right, because two things can be true at once. It don't have to be either or. It can be both and. And at the same time, we did have a lot of issues that we didn't know was issues at the time. Now we do, because we know better.
What the man say? Evil is good. That's what he said on the movie.
On that movie,
he said that.
Vampire in Brooklyn, he did say that. And I talked about a little bit about that too, with Pastor Rich, with how I told him, like, it's fun sinning. You know, sinning is fun, but it's detrimental to your spirit. Right? And if you know better, you should do better. But there's a lot of people that know better and still don't do better. Right? And so just getting rid of the childhood trauma and the things that we were taught that was wrong, because that's not God's way. God didn't design men to dominate females. Right? He didn't design us to dominate women. He designed us to be together and complement each other. And so I think that's one of the things that I've learned along my journey, is that I'm not here to dominate my wife. I'm here to complement my wife and to steward my wife. Right? That's what I'm here for. And if she catch up, I'm mustard. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's what you leaning towards now.
But I ain't never really tried to dominate like neither one of them. So
But when I say dominate, I don't mean just like, tell them what they do, what I say do because I say do it. Nah, I mean manipulate. That's what I mean, because we manipulators, and we was taught to be manipulators.
I can say that. We did that, but I ain't so much on it. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I could do it. Maybe I might do it every now and then, but I've in the past, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's what we talking about.
So when you got that mindset, when you grew up like that, man, it's hard to kick old habits sometimes, man. Sometimes we might be in remission from it. But then you have a setback, man. You get back to it. But so that's why you just got to keep working to better yourself.
Well, I think that's why the Bible says you got to crucify your flesh, right?
The flesh is weak.
And the flesh is weak, absolutely, and that's why we can't do it by ourselves. We need the Lord to help us, but we also need each other, right? Because we was made for community, and if you try to seclude yourself from that, you can't function how you're supposed to. Think about COVID, man. How many people just went ballistic because they couldn't see people in person, right? COVID revealed a lot of things to our world. Like, we were created for community, and so I think it's holding each other to the standard, holding each other accountable, not to our standard, but to God's standard, right? And that's because we believe in Jesus, we follow Jesus. Right? And I can't hold nobody to the standard of Jesus if they don't believe. If they don't follow Jesus, I can't hold them to that standard. Like what get me a lot of time is people try to hold the world to the standard of the Bible, but the Bible don't claim to follow the world don't claim to follow Jesus. Right? They don't claim to follow Jesus, so we can't hold them to this standard. The people that say I follow Jesus, not the people that say I'm a Christian. Because it's two different things now in our society, to be a Christian and to be somebody who follows Jesus. I distinguish the two differently, because now I believe in our society, if you believe there's a God, you call yourself a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
For a while, right? Yeah. I judge you if you follow Jesus. And now if y'all listening and watching, you say, well, the Bible say you ain't supposed to judge. Read your Bible again. Because the Bible says I should judge you off of your fruit. That's what the words say. Judge them off of their fruit. Bad trees can't bear good fruit. And if you say you're a follower of Jesus, then I'm going to look at your fruit. And if you say you're a follower of Jesus and you live in a different way, hey, you ain't no follower of Jesus.
Yeah.
That's how, and now, I didn't say don't sin. I didn't say live a perfect life.
Yeah, ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
What I said is follow Jesus. That's all I said, right? And so we can't hold them to that standard, but I can hold you to that standard. You can hold me to that standard because we follow Jesus, right? And so our husbandship and our stewardship over our wives should be the same way he steward over the church. Ephesians 5, right? And so that's how it should be. But let's pivot and let's talk about, you the first person on here, man, and you the first person that I've had that's been divorced and remarried.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What did you take from your first marriage that you can bring into your second marriage to make it be a successful marriage that you wanted to be?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Man, my first marriage, man, when we had problems, man, I was still young, man. So I got married at 21, 22 years old, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 22. Yeah, I'm still, yeah, I was still young,
Right.
man. I didn't fight, or like when we was about to get divorced, man. I don't think I fought hard as person that married should fight for their marriage. Right. I'm still in the mindset like, hey, man, I love to have you, but I don't need you.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
when that come back to that player mindset.
Right. And that's that's a mindset that a lot of people still have today.
Yeah.
Too. I don't love you. What is it? Say that again.
I love to have you, but I don't need you.
I love to have you, but I don't need you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and shoot, man, you know what I'm saying? I had that in this marriage too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had that in this marriage too.
Yeah.
Up until recently, man, I'm looking, man, so you know what I'm saying? I got some stuff happen, and you know what I'm saying? And I realized, man, you can't have that marriage. You can't have that in the marriage. I ain't trying to get divorced no more. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if
so you got to change.
Yeah, you got to change. Like you say, fight for your marriage. Boy, I'm throwing punches like Muhammad Ali, boy. You got me in the rope a dope.
Yeah.
So man.
That's the thing.
So yeah, like I say, man, that player mindset, come back. I love you, and I love to have you, but I don't need you.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other women out there. That's what.
Yeah,
that's what it gets
you was
man.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that you ain't on that no more. And at the same time, like you said though, you got to change.
Yeah.
And that's something that me and you. When I say we, I'm saying me and you.
Yeah.
I'm saying me and you. We wasn't too fond of. We real good at being comfortable and wanting to be who we always been, and not changing and evolving. But at some point, you got to mature and you got to say, hey, either I'm gonna change or I'm gonna have to get another divorce, or I'm gonna have to get a first divorce in my case. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to make that decision that I had to change. You already know how I go. I called, I let you know when we was going through it. I called you and I'm like, bro, we got to do something. We got to be better.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we have to change first if we want our marriage to change. Because God put us at the head. He didn't put us second. He didn't put our wives over us. He put us over them. And so whatever's going on in our marriage, it's on us.
Yeah. And man, I want my son to see, man, that it ain't right to just go from woman to woman like that, man. And it's easy to go from woman to woman just cause you can pull one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a reason too, man. I still fight too, man, to show him that if you have problems, man, just don't give up easy.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to see you doing
that. Especially, you know what I'm saying, especially when he have a family. I ain't give up on my family. Definitely. I got joint custody of my kids. I do the same thing I was doing when I was in the house. When I was in the house every day with them. So being the head of the household make better decisions when fighting for you. Especially if you got a what I'm saying, a family.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think about that verse with Lecrae in one of his songs. He said, Any man could take one woman and satisfy for a night, but it take a real man to take one woman to satisfy for a whole life.
Yeah.
And so that's what I thought about when you said what you just said. But I think the thing that everybody get twisted is, man, that they think it's gonna be, I say I do, and it's happily ever after.
Oh no.
You like the Disney movies,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because everybody get in the Disney movies, they get married, and all you see is happily ever after. But I don't think a lot of people get ready for that ever after.
Yeah.
And so I think it's hard, especially not having an example, to see the ever after and to fight for your marriage and to fight through the ups and the downs. And when y'all ain't seeing eye to eye, you still got to come together and talk about it. And we wasn't taught that.
Yeah.
We wasn't taught that type of communication.
Yeah, I was just say, man, communication was kind of big for me too, man. I ain't really a dude that like to argue or whatever, but if you ain't communicating, man, and it's building up, that's what it's gonna turn into, man.
Yeah.
It's an argument once you get fed up with it.
Yeah.
So, man, I done worked on my communication. I think I'm doing a good job.
Don't make me bring ice on this camera and ask her now. Hold on.
Is she gonna be walking home if you say the wrong thing? No, I'm saying I'm working on it too, man. I still ain't the best.
Right.
I'm still working on it, man.
Yeah.
But communication is big, man. It's real big, man.
Well, and I know at the same time too, like you're not a person who's gonna communicate your feelings.
Yeah.
And you a type of person that you a man's man. And you don't want to show no weakness, and that's what I learned from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what I found is that you can be weak to your wife. You can show your wife that you got weakness because she's put there to help you in your time of weakness, right? And she's there to build you up in your time of weakness. And so I would encourage you to just express your feelings, man. If you feeling the weight of the world, share that with your wife. Share that with her because you can't carry that by yourself. And she there to help you carry that. And likewise with her. And I always say our wives will never fully understand the weight of a husband.
Yeah.
They never fully understand that. And we'll never fully tell them the whole picture of it.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not supposed to.
Yeah. And man, sometimes we talk and we say that we tell each other stuff sometimes that we don't tell our wives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some stuff, man, we don't even want them to feel that pressure.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? We don't want them to feel that pressure. We keep it to ourselves, or me and you confide in each other. You know what I'm saying? We keep it to ourselves. We don't even want them to see something might go wrong, and you know what I'm saying? We trying to take care of it or work on it, but and we don't even want them to see it. So
Well, and that's important too, to have somebody that you can talk to, another husband. Right, another male figure that you could talk to, because our wives, we ain't supposed to tell our wives everything that go on with us as husbands, right? And that's not saying that we keeping stuff from them, but it's a position that we hold that only another husband can understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I encourage all the time, hey, communicate with your wife and tell your wife what you feel and what you're going through, and at the same time, you got to have a brother that you can talk to and say, hey, listen, man, I'm going through this right now. And where I can say, hey, boy, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're saying. Because I done went through it too, or I'm going through it right now. And we can lift each other up in that sense too. And that's why I said before, community is important. Yeah. And I think one of the tactics that Satan uses is to try to isolate us into thinking that we the only one that's going through it. And that's another reason, like one of the many reasons that the podcast exists, is to let husbands know, hey, listen, we ain't by ourselves, man. We go through the same things, no matter where we at in life, or no matter where we live, no matter your religion, no matter your skin color, no matter what your belief system is. We go through the same thing that everybody else go through, maybe just in different ways. Mm-hmm. So I'm encouraged that I got somebody like you I can call and I say, hey, bro, listen, man, this what's going on, and you got the same thing. So I think that's big. But let's talk about your marriage now. Okay, let's talk about it. How do you think it's different for you now, being the man that you are now? You matured, you learned from the mistakes that you made, and you seeing some of the things that's wrong that you need to correct, how do you react to certain situations now that you didn't before?
Man, that's the thing, man. That you see in it, that you see in it, what you trying to learn from what you, but me, I ain't saying because I've been divorced, trying to learn and not to do what you did last time.
Yeah.
Cause man, it's easy. It's like I say, for me, it was easy. I ain't saying it was easy, but it was, walking away was just an option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So walking away was just an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurt, but walking away was an option. And if I wasn't the same, if I wouldn't have changed, same thing with this marriage. If it got rough, walking away was an option.
Yeah.
But now, man, seeing that me growing and trying to show my son and trying to show him the right way, and then be the right husband for my wife.
Yeah.
And showing
her son too.
Yeah, for sure. Showing them that walking away is not an option, man. If you make this commitment, man, cause she can tell you, if you ask her, man. Boy, I done tried to get out plenty of times, but we were just dating. Boy, I tried to get out plenty of times.
Yeah.
Boy. But you know what I'm saying? I stuck it out with, you know what I'm saying? And man, I believe that God sent her to me. You know what I'm saying? Cause and my kids love her.
Yeah.
And she loved them.
Yeah.
So and my daughter used to say it all the time, man. If she had to pick a stepmom, it'll be her.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So man, and me just seeing that I did it the wrong way the first time, man, and not trying to be a two-time loser to divorce, man, is a big part of me changing and being. I love her too, you know what I'm saying? So, and my kids, like I say, my kids love her. So me changing is a big part of me stepping forward and stepping out of the old me into something new, man.
Hey,
so,
that's it. Preaching, that boy preaching. Old things pass away. All things have become new. That's it. That's it. I love to see it, man. Like, so going into this one, like I love how you said divorce ain't an option.
Yeah.
Right? It ain't an option. Because a lot of people do go into a marriage like, hey, divorce is definitely an option. You know, especially in today's time that we live in, they go into it with that mindset. And if you go into it with that mindset, you can't fully commit to the relationship.
Yeah. But you know, nobody really goes into marriage. When you go into marriage, you thinking at the time, you thinking that oh, this gonna be the last person I be with. But when them times get tough, boy, your mindset change. Them times you ready, boy, your mindset change, boy. You ready to run like some hot water, boy.
You know what's funny though? It's because I had that same thought. I had that same thought of nobody gets married with the thought of I'm getting divorced.
Yeah.
And I had somebody tell me I got married knowing I was gonna get a divorce. I had somebody tell me that, and I'm like, well, I guess so, because everybody don't think like us.
Yeah.
You know, everybody don't hold marriage as sacred as we think they should. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so I think it is some people that go into that marriage and be like, hey, I'm going to get a divorce. But I had a dude tell me that.
Yeah.
A dude told me, he's like, I actually got married knowing that I was going to get a divorce.
I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, me either. Me either. But at the same token, everybody think differently than us too.
But you know, man, I can see some people like how it's easy, man, because man, once them problems start coming, see, a lot of people don't really know the person they getting married to until they marry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then sometimes you still don't you don't see the person that they are showing you. You only see the person that they are showing you. But when you in close quarters, you got to put everything together, everything on the line. You see who the person really is. So and so, a lot of people get married and don't know who they marry.
That's good. So, that's good. Yeah, you're right. And a lot of people think that they marry one person, and then when they marry them, they get a whole different person when that makeup come off.
Yeah.
Who you marry?
Them hair rollers come out, that bonnet come off. Boy. So,
And then for the men, hey, that suit tie come off. You know what I'm saying? You leaving your clothes in the floor and having your wife having to clean it up, all that stuff come off, and you come out to see it, and now it's like, well, I ain't signed up for this. I ain't signed up for this, but yes, you did. Nobody put a gun in your head and said marry that woman.
But you know, man, like I say, man, that them the times that make people man, want to run, want to listen, man. I ain't got to deal with this, man. I can do that. I can do this on my own.
Yeah.
That's what, but man, that's what me, cause I had that mindset, man. Man, I don't need this, man. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can do this on my own, man. I can go get me somebody else, and I ain't got to put up with this for, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, so man, but the harder part is sticking it out, man, and working through it.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, it's hard, but.
Oh, you know I know.
Yeah.
You know I know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's hard to do that, man, cause man, it's easier to run away from just walk away and then start over.
Yeah.
But man,
But is it though? Is it really easier to just walk away and start over though?
Yeah, you might be hurt, man, but you gonna be hurt, man. But I don't know.
Cause and I ask that question simply because I'm thinking about it, right? I'm thinking about the society we live in today. Mm-hmm. Is it easier to go get a divorce and then start dating somebody else and get married to them? Cause you know how we live in the society we live in today. It's all materialism. It's all, facade. And honestly, I know who I married, so I'm like, man, I really don't even want nobody else, and I ain't trying to go through this again because I don't want to date nobody else.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really? Yeah. Because chances are, you get a divorce, you go date somebody, you probably ain't gonna marry the first person that you start dating.
Listen. If I got a divorce now, but they ain't got to worry about being
nobody
else.
You gonna be like Paul.
Yeah, boy. Ain't got to worry about being nobody else no more, boy.
You gonna be like Paul, right? But we ain't gotta worry about that though. We ain't gotta worry about that. Yeah. But no, that's my thought process, because the first person you gonna start dating is probably not gonna be the person that you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it might just be harder. Yeah. They say it's easier to keep her. What they say? No,
there's something is easy to keep.
Something like that. But no, for real, on a serious note, it's harder to stick it out and fight it out.
Yeah, it is. Man.
And it don't, especially when it's not on the timing that you think it's supposed to be on for everything to come back together. Right? Yeah. Like my mess, I'm still feeling the residue from 2020, 2021, and we 2025. And me and Shawana in the best place that we ever been in our marriage.
But man, everybody has a different way of healing from a situation like that.
Right.
And they healing time might be different from your healing time, and your healing time might be different from theirs.
Absolutely.
So, but when you do, especially if you do something, you in the wrong.
Yeah.
You want the healing process to speed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta let them heal how they heal. So and vice versa, they gotta let you heal how they heal. But y'all need to work together on the healing. So.
Yeah, and you don't have the right, especially if you the offender.
Yeah.
You don't have the right to tell somebody how much time they need to heal. Mm-hmm. And if that's 2 years, you're gonna have to wait them 2 years. Right. And you're gonna have to help in them 2 years. Now, the way that you act, the way that you react could extend that healing period, or it could shorten that healing period. You know what I'm saying? But you can't put your healing time on the other person, like you said. And I think that's a big piece, especially for men. When we mess up, it's like, hey, you forgave me, right? Yeah, I forgave you. Okay, then now we back. We back how it's supposed to be.
When we wake up, this gone. It's over with.
But no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Like, women process things different than we process things. And we can say, all right, listen. All right, we talked about it. I'm good. We good. But that woman's still thinking about what you said to her 2 months ago. And so I think we definitely as men have to be careful with our words. And we can't just go tit for tat. Even if your wife say something that hurt your feelings, you shouldn't say nothing back to hurt her feelings.
Yeah, but on anything, man, a man's timeline is always different from a woman's timeline.
Absolutely.
Always. It ain't a man's timeline is always gonna be different from a woman's timeline.
Yeah, for sure. So now you said you talked a lot about being a good example for Kenzel, your son, my nephew. What is something that you tell him, or you plan on telling him or showing him how to be, what a husband really look like? Something that you probably was never told or shown.
Man, you know what? It's funny, man. He always say, man, he like, I ain't gonna be no player like my daddy was.
Yeah.
He always say I'm always be loyal to one woman.
Okay.
That's what he always tell me that. He always say that because he done heard the stories about me, you know what I'm saying, being a player and me.
And I done told him don't be like you.
Yeah.
Or me. Or me growing up. Nah. Hey, go ahead, nephew.
And he always say that, man. So that's for us him being a one woman's man and loyal to him. I think that's what he'll be because he always said, and I like he got a little girlfriend now, he supposedly, but him and other girls and tried to talk to him, and he said I done seen him tell girls, man, nah, I got a girlfriend.
Right.
Now that was me back in the day. Man, let me get that number, man.
That's totally different.
You know what I'm talking
totally
about?
different.
So that's the part. I'm really proud of him about that, man. But it's, man, the part I had to tell him, man, is you got to be a good leader, man, for your household, man.
Yeah.
So because your kids gonna watch you, man.
Absolutely.
What you do, they gonna do.
They ain't gonna just hear what you say. They gonna watch what you do.
They gonna watch you, man.
Yeah. They gonna
so
watch
if
what
you
you do.
doing something, man, if you doing something, they gonna be watching you when you don't even think they watching.
Yeah.
So they gonna do what you do, what they see you do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely true. Cause Phoenix will come in, she wanna sit on the couch, he start rubbing her feet. He my 4-year-old. For people who don't know Phoenix 4 years old, and my wife come in, she sit down. And he'll just start rubbing her feet, because that's what I do. She'll put her foot on my leg, and I just start rubbing her feet. And that's what he do. He try to beat me, try to move my hands out the way, trying to rub her feet. And if he hear her say she wants something to drink, he gonna run to that refrigerator. And that's something I didn't used to do. I did not used to do that because we was taught, listen, you whipped. Or you, and I'm like, man, listen, man, hey, you call me what you want today. Call me what you want. My wife asked me to get something, or she say she wants something, and I'm going to get it. And that's what my kids see. And we was talking last night. I think I brought Shawana a plate or something. She was sitting on the couch, and I brought her a drink, and I said my wife want it, she gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it for her. And Phoenix like, I'm gonna get it first. He was like, I'm gonna get it first. I said, no, you're not, because that's my wife.
Yeah, you know we weren't taught to be no server, man.
No.
You know that, you know what I'm saying? So I know that's probably what tough for you, boy. But
and still is at sometimes, man. At some point, now I'm getting over that, and I'm actually enjoying serving now, because like you said, we weren't taught to serve, right? Because if we gonna look like Jesus, we got to be servant leaders, right? Because Jesus was a servant leader. Jesus didn't come in here and boss people around and say, you do this, you do that. Nah, he wasn't that. Jesus showed you the way, and if we gonna be like him, we got to be servant leaders too. And so I try, like now. I take joy in my wife asking me to do something for her, because it makes me feel like she need me. It makes me feel like she want me to do that for her, even though she can do it for herself. But I'm her husband, and it make me feel good that she like, hey, I need this done. Can you do it for me? Whether that's fixing something in the house or opening up a job for her, whatever that is, I feel good about it now. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Or you'll call me and say, bro, how I open this job?
No, I ain't saying that, but I ain't saying that at all. But no, so that's good though. What I would tell, what I tell my kids is, you gotta be the leader of your house, like you tell Nip, right? Like you gotta be a servant leader. You gotta lead the way Jesus led, and we'll get to that in Ephesians 5, like I always do on the show. But I think changing our mindset into saying, hey, I'm going to make my wife feel loved. I'm going to make her feel heard. I'm going to make her feel like she the only woman that I ever want to be with, because that's the truth.
But too, man, a lot of men let the outside world dictate the type of husband they is.
Come on, talk to me.
So, say you a servant. But to other people, oh man, he ain't nothing but a do boy.
Yeah, he's a simp.
Yeah, that's how it works now. So, oh man, if I was, I wouldn't be doing all that. I wouldn't be doing. A lot of husbands don't want to look like a simp, to the rest of the world, to
Right.
his homeboys, or to
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to other husbands.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So they let them dictate what's going on, how the type of husband they is, man, and that shouldn't be, man.
That should not be. You're right. And that was me for a long time. Not to that level, but it was to the level, I think it was like kind of on the flip side for me. I was listening to everybody else say how much of a good husband I was, but in reality, I was a terrible husband at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
From the outside looking
from the
in,
outside
they see
looking
you.
in,
Yeah.
I'm the greatest husband.
Yeah.
But in here in my household, nah. So when I would post on social media, happy birthday to my wife, this and this, happy anniversary, all that type of stuff. When it really hit the fan, she was like, take all that stuff down. Cause it wasn't true. She was like, take it down because you was doing that for you. You wasn't doing that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, hey, I'm gonna honor your request. I'm gonna take it down. And if you look on my social media, you don't see her nowhere unless it's a family picture. And the reason for that is because I don't care what everybody else say no more. Like she was like, if you gonna post me, it need to be real. That's what she told me. And I said, cool. But now I don't even care about what everybody else say.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters to me is what she say.
Yeah.
Because she gonna tell me the truth.
But you know, from you knowing me though, you know I don't care about what nobody says.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it's how I feel about myself.
Right.
So,
yeah.
For us, that part, letting another man dictate or let other people, that ain't never been me. I have seen that.
Right.
But for that with me, man, I don't care about it.
And that ain't never been with me either.
Yeah.
Like, but I just always had the mindset she supposed to serve me. I ain't supposed to serve her.
Yeah.
You know, and that's wrong. We supposed to serve each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm. That's part of coming together, man.
That's a part of becoming one right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Is you serving each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if you trying to outserve each other, then your marriage is gonna be straight.
Yeah.
Because everybody trying to do for the other person, and your marriage is gonna be good. So I got a segment on the show. When I say a phrase, I want you to fill in the blank.
Okay.
All right. And you know the phrase. You watch the show.
Yeah.
Marriage is what?
Work.
Elaborate on
It's
that.
a full-time job, man.
Okay.
It's a full-time job because in your job, man, you always when you at your job, you always working and you want to do your best.
Right.
So marriage should be the same thing. You always working and you want to be the best husband or the best wife. So you always should be working.
Yeah.
Never slacking on the job.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
You start slacking, you might get fired.
Yes, sir.
No, that's it. Marriage is work.
Mm-hmm.
It is working out, and I want everybody listening or watching. If you're not married and you're thinking about getting married, it might seem like it's happily ever after.
You
It
look
might
on
seem
TV,
like
it look
it's
easy.
Yeah, it look easy. But it takes work to have
work.
a successful marriage,
Yeah,
to have a
takes-
great marriage, and whatever successful marriage look like for y'all.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it look like for you, because successful marriage to me might not be a successful
Yeah,
marriage to you.
yeah.
And whatever it is to you and your wife or your husband, that's what it should be, right? But I think we have to get into the mentality of work,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we live in such a comfortable society where it's like, oh, I ain't supposed to do nothing. You know, we can go to the grocery store and get some grapes. We can go to the grocery store and get some oranges, right? And I think the mindset we have to have is the same mindset of the children of Israel, right? When God told them, I'm going to give you the promised land. I'm going to give you that land flowing with milk and honey, right? And I heard a preacher say this one time. He said, when the Hebrews heard God say, or was told by God that I'm gonna give you the promised land, the land flowing with milk and honey, their mindset immediately went to, all right, I gotta tend to this land, I gotta milk these cows, I gotta go tend to these beehives, I gotta do all that. What we think about is going to Publix, picking up a gallon of milk, going to get the honey that's already in the jar, because it's already there. Marriage is like the first picture. Marriage is like, hey, I gotta go into this thing and I gotta work. I gotta put my hands to the plow and I gotta make it happen.
Sometime in marriage, man, you're gonna be in the wilderness for 40 years until you get the milk and honey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you gotta make it work.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, everybody want the finished product now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we don't care what it took to get there. We
Right.
just want to see what the end results.
We want the end result now. But because marriage is work, you're gonna appreciate it much more when you work on it together and then you get to that promised land, and now you're flowing with milk and honey, and your kids is good, and your grandkids are good, and everybody love everybody.
Yeah, and I'm still at it right now, boy.
Yeah,
I'm still at it right now.
I think so. I think we'll always be at it. I don't think we'll ever be in a place where we can relax.
Yeah.
And we can.
That's why I say you always gotta be working. Always gotta be working.
Always gotta work. Always gotta work at it, no matter what. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's gonna be in you and your wife. At the end of the day, when your kids go to college and they get their own families,
yeah,
you and your wife gonna be there together. And if you don't have a relationship, if y'all don't have a relationship with each other, that's when people get divorced. And they separate when their kids leave because they done put everything.
Got all these years. Now they just getting divorced.
Because I don't know you now. Yeah. I don't know you because I put so much energy into the kids. I forgot about you.
Yeah.
And my motto is always this, and my kids know this. Hey, my wife first, y'all come after that. Because if she good, I know y'all gonna be good. That's how I operate. And I let my kids know, hey, listen, this is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. She was my wife before she was your mama. And that's just how it is. And so I think with that mindset, the whole family unit will be better with that type of mindset. But no, man, I want to ask you this, though. Big bro, growing up, if you could go back and give a 16-year-old Lance any type of advice, what would you say to him?
Okay, man. Sure. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Take your time.
Yeah. Okay, man. I'm gonna say that the world is bigger than you.
What you mean by that?
Cause, man, everything I did when I was 16 years old, it was centered around me.
Right.
Centered around who I was at that point.
Yeah.
And then, man, a lot of times, man, I didn't look at the future. I just looked at what was going on at the time. I know that, you know, being who we were, man, I felt like I was the man in the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people treated me like that.
Straight
you
up.
know that?
Yeah.
So, man, and that clouded my vision of where I should have been moving towards. So, man, so I thought the world was just what I'm doing right now, what I was doing right now at 16, instead of looking at going and planning a vision, looking out for a vision and plan for the future. Man, I'm centered around where I was at, man. So the world is bigger than me. So
yeah, and this was before social media, so you couldn't see, all the other stuff.
Yeah. If I had social media, boy, I wouldn't be able to walk in the
if we wanted to see the beach, we had to look in a book or something. We had social media. We had to go to St. George. Now we live in St. George Island right there, but if we wanted to see another place, we had to go look on the map.
Yeah.
You know, we had to go look in a book. We had to do that. So, we didn't have social media where you can just say, hey, let me look at this and see that it is a bigger picture. Man. But I like what you said, that the world is so much bigger than me, because we grew up the same way, selfish, self-centered. Yeah. Like everything revolves around us, and it's going to happen because it's me.
Yeah.
That's how we did, but the world don't work like that though. Yeah. The world don't work like that.
See, man,
and the world don't care who you is.
Yeah, so man, cause now, man, too, I say that because today, if you got that mindset, man, you're gonna get swallowed up when you get out there in the street,
absolutely,
man, in the real world, man.
Yeah.
Cause man, like you say, man, the world don't care who you are.
Nope. Not at all.
Your city might give you all these perks and because who you are, but when you go out and venture on your own, man, they don't care.
They don't care at all. You gotta show up.
Yeah.
You gotta show up.
Yeah.
Nah, and that's big, and I think the mindset that we have now, we can instill in our kids.
Yeah.
And they're gonna definitely be better than us.
Yeah,
for sure. They already better than us.
I'm telling you, that's I tell my son, and I used to tell my daughter this.
Yeah.
I want y'all to be better than me. That's why I do what I do, because I want y'all to be better than I was, and to be better than me.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you instilled that in them for sure. You know, and I think they done touched a lot of people, You know, especially Jalea before she passed away, she
Yeah.
touched a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, to make them take a real look at their own lives and see how am I affecting other people. You know, and I think Kenzel carrying that on for her, not only for her but for him, and because you instilled that in them too. So I think that's definitely a good lesson that we can teach our kids, because we want them to be better than us, earlier than us, right? So you know, I always finish the pod with the reading of Ephesians, man, and this is where the pod is based on, the scripture that the pod is based on, Ephesians 5. And you know, in my Bible it says orderly relationships, right, in the marriage. But you also submit yourselves one to another out of reference for Messiah. Wives, to your own husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Messiah is also head of his community, himself the Savior of the body.
But you know, man, too, let me stop.
Go ahead.
See, man, and wives, man, let your husband be the husband.
Come on.
We man, listen, we came up where I'm on one letting her husband be the husband.
Yeah, that's real.
So, and it makes it even much harder, man, if you got a battle with trying to be the leader, but your wife want to be the leader too.
You know them women gonna be in the comments now. You better slow down.
I told you, I don't care what nobody said at the end of the day.
No, that's real though. You right. You right. That's a great message to the wives.
Yeah, and it's much harder, man, if you got a wife that won't let you lead.
Yeah.
So, and want to have the final say so on everything. So, women, let your husband lead.
That's it. That's it. You see him looking in the camera.
Yeah, I'm looking at the camera. Let your husband lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Women, let your husbands lead, and I'm gonna double down on this. Husbands, be somebody that your wives can follow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because if you ain't being a leader that she can follow, then she gonna think she got to take the lead.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what happened to me. And as husbands, we can inadvertently push our responsibilities onto that woman.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing too.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I grew up seeing my mama have all the responsibility of a husband.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't allow our stepdad to be a husband.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it go both ways.
Yeah,
it go both ways. And so I want to encourage that. Women, let your husbands lead.
Yeah.
Husbands, be a leader that she want to follow.
Yeah.
Because if you doing that, I don't think that she'll have a problem following you.
Yeah.
Right? Good. That's a good interruption right there. We're gonna go to verse 25. Husbands, love your wives just as Messiah also loved his community and gave himself up for her, to make her holy, having cleansed by immersion in the word. In the word. Husbands, give yourselves up for your wife. You gotta lose yourself. You gotta give them up, but you gotta. The Bible and this says,
said it, and then Eminem said it too. You gotta lose yourself.
Hey, y'all see what I have to deal with on a daily basis. But listen though, I think we missed this. Verse 26, to make her holy, having cleansed her by immersion in the word.
Right.
We gotta immerse ourselves in the word. We gotta dive into the word with our spouses, right? And we gotta pray over them. We gotta make sure we cover them. Because it's some people out there that don't want to see you succeed in marriage.
Yeah.
They want to see you, whether it's they want to be your spouse or they just want to talk about you.
Yeah.
But immerse yourself in the word, husbands especially. Immerse yourself in the word. Wives, immerse yourself in the word. Talk about the word with each other.
Yeah.
And I think, you'll see your marriage go to another level. But Lance, I appreciate you for sitting down with me, man. My big brother.
Yes, sir, man.
I'm always here. You always there for me, man. I appreciate you. You made that 2-hour drive to come see me, and I appreciate you. Man, I love you.
I love you too, man.
Hey.
For sure,
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in to Marriage Is Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with a married couple, share it with anybody that you think will benefit from this episode. Go like us on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. TikTok, Instagram, all that. Make sure you share it with us. Hey, until next time, we'll see you.